Have you ever imagined that frogs, once a simple countryside dish, could become a global livestock industry worth millions of tons? Today, frog farming has leapt from rice fields to modern facilities producing more than 2.5 million tons in 2024 alone, an astonishing 75% of worldwide output. Behind those numbers lies not only a booming food trend, but also a lifeline for countless rural communities. Welcome to AgroWorks USA, where we uncover the world's most extraordinary foods and the systems that produce them. In this episode, we'll explore how tiny tadpoles transform into one of the fastest growing protein sources on Earth. Originating in Southeast Asia, particularly Vietnam, Thailand, and China, frog farming has expanded rapidly thanks to high demand for low-fat, high-protein meat. Today, Asia dominates global production, with China leading exports to Europe, Japan, and North America. Beyond food, frog legs generate billions in trade while creating jobs in rural regions. From village ponds to industrial-scale farms, this industry is reshaping the agricultural landscape and redefining how the world views frogs, not as pests, but as a sustainable, valuable livestock sector. At the heart of every successful frog farm lies careful breeding. Farmers begin by selecting only the strongest males and females, judged by body size, smooth skin, and resistance to disease. These parent frogs are then placed into clean, shaded mating tanks filled with fresh water, where natural spawning takes place. During breeding season, males grasp the females in amplexus, fertilizing thousands of eggs laid on aquatic plants or tank surfaces. Within days, the eggs hatch into tiny, black tadpoles, fragile yet full of potential. Farmers monitor water temperature and oxygen levels closely, as even small fluctuations can threaten survival. After 4 to 6 weeks, tadpoles develop hind legs and gradually transition into juvenile frogs. To reduce stress and competition, they are sorted by size into different tanks. This prevents weaker individuals from being outcompeted for food. Modern farms often enhance survival with controlled environments. Lined tanks with mesh covers to block predators, aeration systems to ensure clean water, and supplemental feeds designed for early growth. With survival rates now exceeding 80%, selective breeding and improved spawning management have turned frog farming into a reliable, large-scale protein industry. Once tadpoles become juvenile frogs, they enter the growout stage, where farm management determines survival and profitability. Farmers transfer them into rearing ponds or tanks lined with durable plastic sheets to prevent leakage and simplify cleaning. A canopy of mesh or nylon netting stretches overhead, shielding the frogs from predatory birds while filtering sunlight to keep water temperature stable. Stocking density is critical. Too many frogs in one pond leads to stress, slow growth, and disease outbreaks, so farmers carefully control numbers and separate them by size. Class. Clean water is maintained through regular exchange, while aeration pumps supply oxygen essential for healthy development. Feeding is done 2 to 3 times daily, using a combination of formulated protein pellets, insects, and small aquatic organisms. Farmers closely observe feeding behavior to adjust rations and reduce waste. With proper care, juvenile frogs reach marketable size in 3 to 5 months, depending on the species and system. By combining traditional low-cost methods with modern technologies, like water filtration, biosecurity measures, and automatic feeders, today's frog farms achieve consistent growth, high survival rates, and scalable production that can meet both local consumption and global export demand. Did you know how long it takes for a tadpole to become a froglet? Do you think choosing breeding frogs based on size or health is more important? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoy fascinating stories from the world of farming and food, Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to AgroWorks USA, and ring the bell so you never miss an episode. Nutrition plays the central role in transforming fragile juveniles into full-grown market frogs. Farmers design feeding regimes around high-protein diets since frog meat is prized for its lean muscle and firm texture. Commercial farms typically use floating protein pellets enriched with vitamins, minerals, and probiotics to strengthen immunity and accelerate growth. These pellets are often supplemented with natural feeds such as small fish, worms, and insects, which not only diversify nutrition, but also stimulate frogs' natural hunting instincts. Feeding occurs 2 to 3 times per day, preferably in the evening when frogs are most active. Farmers spread feed evenly across the pond surface to reduce competition and ensure uniform growth. Water quality is closely tied to nutrition. Excess food can quickly foul ponds, so feeding quantities are carefully measured to minimize waste. With optimal care, frogs can gain weight rapidly, reaching 150–250 grams within 4 to 5 months. This stage is critical. Too little protein slows growth, while overfeeding risks obesity and poor meat quality. Balanced diets combined with clean water and controlled densities ensure healthy frogs with strong legs and tender meat, ready for the harvest stage. When frogs reach market size, usually 150–250 grams, harvest begins. Farmers drain water levels in rearing ponds to concentrate the frogs, then use wide nets to scoop them into confined holding areas. This method reduces stress and injury, as sudden movements can cause frogs to bruise or escape. Workers then collect the animals by hand or mesh bags, which are breathable to prevent suffocation and allow quick drainage. At this stage, maintaining freshness is crucial. Frogs are rinsed in clean water to remove mud and surface bacteria before being sorted by size and quality. The highest grade frogs, uniform in weight and with strong hind legs, are destined for premium restaurants or export markets, while smaller or irregular specimens may be sold locally. In smallholder systems, frogs are often sold live at wet markets. On modern farms, however, they are transported to processing facilities where hygienic handling standards are enforced. There, frogs are stunned, skinned, and chilled rapidly to preserve meat quality. This combination of careful harvest and immediate handling not only maximizes meat yield, but also ensures that frog legs, the most valuable cut, arrive fresh and safe for both domestic consumers and international buyers. Do you think frogs grow faster on industrial feed or on natural diets? Let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion. Inside modern processing plants, frogs move swiftly from live handling to packaged meat under strict food safety protocols. After arrival, they are stunned to minimize suffering, then skinned in clean, chilled environments. The most valuable portion, the hind legs, is separated with surgical precision, trimmed of sinew and fat, and washed in cold, chlorinated water to eliminate bacteria. These cuts are then flash chilled to 0.4 degrees or quick frozen at 18 degrees to lock in freshness for long-distance transport. Automated grading lines sort frog legs by weight and size, from small 50–70 gram cuts to jumbo legs exceeding 120 grams each. High-grade products are vacuum sealed or packed in 1 to 2 kilo frozen blocks, ready for shipment to premium markets in Europe, the US, and in Asia. Lower grades are directed into value-added processing, diced meat for soups, marinated packs, or even dehydrated snacks. Byproducts are not wasted. Skins can be rendered into animal feed, while other parts are sometimes processed into fish bait or fertilizer. Thanks to industrial scale, factories can process tens of thousands of frogs daily, ensuring consistent supply for global demand. From rustic rice fields to gleaming factories, frog farming has evolved into a streamlined industry producing versatile, high-protein products for kitchens worldwide. frog farming has grown from a rural sideline into a billion-dollar sector of global agribusiness. In 2024, worldwide output surpassed 2.5 million tons, nearly 75% of which came from Asia, led by China, Vietnam, Thailand, and Indonesia. Frog legs are now one of the most exported exotic meats, generating billions in revenue annually. The European Union remains the largest importer, consuming over 150,000 tons per year, especially in France, Belgium, and the Netherlands, where frog legs are considered a delicacy. The United States and Japan also represent lucrative premium markets, demanding frozen and vacuum-packed products that meet strict food safety standards. Domestically, in producing countries, frog meat has shifted from being a rustic dish to a mainstream protein source sold in supermarkets and restaurants. Farm-scale economics are equally significant. A medium farm with 50 tanks can supply several tons monthly, while industrial-scale complexes process hundreds of tons annually. With strong global demand, consistent prices of $3–5 per kilogram, and growing recognition of frog meat as a sustainable, high-protein alternative, the industry stands positioned as a resilient and profitable niche in modern agriculture. Did you know frog meat is also used in high-protein diets? Leave your perspective in the comments. And don't forget to give AgriWorks USA a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to follow more exciting journeys into global agriculture. The future of frog farming is both promising and complex. With global demand for sustainable protein rising, frog meat is emerging as a viable alternative to poultry and fish, particularly in urban centers and export markets. Its low feed conversion rate and high protein yield make it attractive for eco-conscious consumers. Yet, significant hurdles remain. Climate change threatens water resources, while intensive farming heightens vulnerability to disease outbreaks. Poor waste management and inadequate biosecurity can pollute local ecosystems, wiping out entire crops in a single season. Beyond production, ethical debates about animal welfare and international wildlife trade regulations may restrict global expansion. To overcome these barriers, the industry must embrace closed-loop farming systems, eco-friendly feed alternatives, and advanced monitoring technologies for disease control. Farmers and policymakers will need to balance economic profit with environmental stewardship. Whether frog farming becomes a lasting pillar of modern agriculture will depend on its ability to grow responsibly, ensuring food security while protecting ecosystems and public trust. Today, frog farming has evolved from a small rural practice into a rapidly growing sector that produces over 2.5 million tons annually, accounting for nearly 3/4 of global output. It provides affordable protein, creates rural jobs, and supplies high-end markets with a delicacy once seen only in local villages. Beyond its culinary appeal, frog farming supports rural economies, reduces pressure on wild populations, and adds diversity to modern agriculture. Its combination of high efficiency and cultural value has made it an important niche in Asia and beyond. So, if you enjoyed this journey into the world of frog farming, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more from AgriWorks USA.